Dear you, I never told you how hard it was to love you in silence, to love you in ways that didn't always have a place to exist, to carry emotions too big for the small moments you offered. You see, you weren't cruel, not intentionally. You were kind and charming and so beautifully inconsistent. You gave me just enough to keep hoping, but never enough to feel secure. And that was the worst kind of ache, the kind that felt almost like love, but not quite. I used to wait for your messages like they were oxygen. You'd text and my world would light up, like maybe this time you'd stay a little longer. But you never did. You always slipped away just when I started believing again. I learned how to hold my breath in conversations, how to hide my excitement when you actually showed up. I learned how to make myself smaller, because loving you loudly always seemed to scare you away. So I became quiet, careful, predictable, the woman who never asked for too much, the woman who smiled while her heart broke in private. You know what's crazy? I thought my silence was strength, that loving you without expectations made me noble somehow. But now I see, it just made me invisible. You'd talk about your day, your dreams, your pain, and I'd listen like a prayer, as if understanding you more deeply would somehow make you mine. But love doesn't work that way, does it? You can pour your whole soul into someone who's emotionally unavailable, and they'll still call you too intense. You can offer loyalty, consistency, and care, and they'll still tell you they're not ready. Yet they'll come back when they're lonely. Every time, because they know your heart is a soft place to land. And I let them, over and over again, because hope makes fools of even the strongest hearts. But one day, something shifted. It wasn't dramatic. There was no fight, no tears, no goodbye. Just a quiet knowing that I couldn't keep loving someone who made me question my worth every day. I realized I had mistaken attention for affection, and crumbs for commitment, and that the love I gave away so freely was the love I desperately needed to give myself. So I stopped waiting. I stopped hoping for a version of you that only existed in my imagination, and I began the slow, painful process of unloving you. Not because you were bad, but because you were unfinished. And I was tired of building homes and people who were just passing through. Now, when I think of you, it's softer. No anger, no longing, just gratitude and release. Because you taught me something I couldn't learn any other way. That loving someone quietly can be beautiful. But being loved loudly, being seen, heard, chosen, that's what I deserve. So if you ever wonder why I stopped reaching out, it's not because I stopped caring. It's because I finally started caring about myself. And that, I've learned, is the loudest love there is. Signed, the woman who loved quietly.